Hollywood dazzles with its glamour, its bright lights and endless promise of stardom. The city is a symbol of dreams realized and stories told, where every corner seems to whisper tales of fame and fortune. Yet beneath the surface of this glittering world, there are stories that remind us of the fragility of life, and the reality that even those who seem to have it all are not immune to heartbreak. Behind the scenes, away from the cameras and red carpets, families in Hollywood face the same joys and sorrows as anyone else. The pain of loss, the ache of absence, and the struggle to find meaning in tragedy are universal experiences, touching even those whose lives appear charmed from the outside. Today, we bring you the heartbreaking news of the passing of Victoria Jones, the beloved daughter of Oscar-winning actor Tommy Lee Jones. At just 34 years old, Victoria's life was cut tragically short, leaving her family, friends, and all who knew her in shock and mourning. Victoria's journey was one marked by both privilege and profound struggle. Growing up in the shadow of Hollywood's spotlight, she faced unique pressures and expectations, but also carved out her own path. Her sudden passing has left a void that words can scarcely describe, and her family is now navigating a grief that feels both deeply personal and painfully public. The news of her death has sent ripples far beyond the Hollywood hills, reaching the quiet ranches of Texas where her family roots run deep, and touching the hearts of small-town communities who followed her story from afar. In these places, the loss is felt as keenly as in the bustling city. On film sets and in creative circles, Victoria was known for her individuality, her creative spirit, and her determination to make her own mark. Colleagues remember her as someone who brought energy and authenticity to every project, and who inspired others with her passion and kindness. Her passing is not just another celebrity headline, it is the loss of a young woman whose potential was immense, whose dreams were still unfolding, and whose story was far from finished. The world has lost a unique voice, and those who loved her are left to wonder what might have been. As we reflect on Victoria's life, we see a portrait of complexity, of achievement, adversity, and deep humanity. She was more than her last name, more than her family's fame. She was a person who faced challenges with courage, celebrated victories with humility, and touched lives with her warmth. The circumstances surrounding her death remain under investigation, casting a shadow of uncertainty over an already devastating loss. For her family, this lack of closure only deepens the sorrow as they search for answers and try to make sense of the unimaginable. For Tommy Lee Jones, this is a loss beyond words, a parent's worst nightmare realized. The bond between father and daughter is irreplaceable, and the pain of losing a child is something no parent should ever have to endure. In this moment, fame and accolades offer little comfort. We honor Victoria by remembering her light, her laughter, and the story she wrote in the time she was given. Her legacy is not just in her achievements, but in the love she shared and the lives she touched. As friends, family, and fans gather to remember her, we are reminded of the impact one life can have. In her 34 years, Victoria Jones left an indelible mark, a legacy of resilience, creativity, and compassion that will not be forgotten. Born in 1991, Victoria Jones grew up as the daughter of Tommy Lee Jones and photographer Kimberlea Cloughley. Raised on a Texas ranch, her childhood blended the rugged outdoors with glimpses of Hollywood. Her parents' marriage combined Texas tradition with the demands of global stardom, shaping Victoria's unique perspective. Even as her father's career soared, her mother provided stability at home. Victoria and her brother Austin were exposed to both the creative arts and the realities of family change after their parents' divorce. She experienced a world of privilege and pressure, traveling between ranch life and movie sets. This dual upbringing set the stage for both her creative promise and personal challenges. Growing up surrounded by the magic of film sets, Victoria was immersed in the world of storytelling from a very young age. The hum of cameras, the bustle of crew members, and the transformation of ordinary spaces into scenes of wonder became a familiar backdrop to her childhood. It was only natural that she would find herself drawn to acting, eager to step in front of the camera and become part of the stories she had watched unfold all her life. Victoria's early passion for performance led her to join the Screen Actors Guild as a child, a significant milestone for any aspiring actor. She often appeared alongside her father, sharing the screen in major productions like Men in Black 2 and The Three Burials of Melquiades Estrada. These experiences not only allowed her to learn the craft firsthand, but also to witness the dedication and artistry required to bring a film to life. Each role offered Victoria a unique perspective on the demands and rewards of Hollywood. Under her father's careful guidance, she navigated the challenges of the industry, learning to balance the pressures of performance with the joy of creative expression. The long hours, the retakes, and the camaraderie of the cast and crew became an integral part of her formative years. Victoria's talent soon extended beyond the silver screen. She landed a role in the popular TV series One Tree Hill, where she proved that her abilities were not limited to her family name. Her performances were marked by a natural charisma and emotional depth, earning her respect from peers and audiences alike. Yet, despite her early promise and the opportunities that lay ahead, Victoria made the difficult decision to step away from acting as she grew older. The reasons for her departure remain private, known only to her closest circle. Perhaps it was a desire for a different path, or simply the need to explore life beyond the spotlight. What remains clear is that her brief career stands as a testament to her remarkable talent and the creative spark she shared with her family. The support and inspiration she received from those closest to her helped shape her journey, both on and off the screen. Victoria's performances, though few, remain a poignant record of a life filled with potential and artistic promise. Each role she played captured a moment in time, reflecting both her youthful enthusiasm and her deep connection to the world of film. Today, Victoria's early work serves as a gentle reminder of the bright promise that once shone so vividly. Her journey, though brief, left an indelible mark on those who witnessed her talent, and her story continues to inspire anyone who dreams of stepping into the world of film. New Year's Day 2026 was supposed to be a time of hope and new beginnings, but for the Jones family, it brought unimaginable tragedy. As fireworks faded and the city settled into the quiet hours after midnight, a sense of celebration was replaced by a wave of sorrow that would ripple far beyond San Francisco. Victoria, a vibrant woman from Texas, was found unresponsive in a dimly lit hallway at the historic Fairmont Hotel, hundreds of miles from the comfort of her home and loved ones. The grandeur of the hotel stood in stark contrast to the tragedy unfolding within its walls. Paramedics rushed to the scene just before 3 a.m., their flashing lights cutting through the darkness. Despite their efforts, Victoria was pronounced dead at the scene, leaving behind unanswered questions and a family desperate for answers. The suddenness of her passing sent shockwaves through the hotel. Staff members who had expected a quiet night after the festivities were left reeling. Guests, many still dressed in their New Year's best, found themselves in the midst of a tragedy that shattered the holiday spirit. Police quickly began their investigation, working methodically to piece together the final hours of Victoria's life. Every detail, from security footage to guest lists, became a crucial part of the puzzle. The circumstances were haunting. Victoria, alone in a hotel corridor, far from her family and friends. Why was she there, and what led to her being found in such a vulnerable state? The isolation of her final moments only deepened the mystery. Was she traveling to escape, to celebrate, or to meet someone special? Had she planned to ring in the new year with company, or was she seeking solitude? Each possibility opened new avenues for investigators to explore. These are the questions now facing detectives, as they sift through evidence and testimonies, determined to uncover the truth behind Victoria's final hours. The Fairmont, a symbol of San Francisco's elegance and history, has become the unexpected stage for a deeply personal loss. Its grand halls now echo with the weight of grief and unanswered questions. For the Jones family, the start of 2026 will forever be marked by heartbreak. Instead of resolutions and celebration, they are left to mourn a beloved daughter, sister, and friend. Her absence a painful reminder that life can change in an instant. The San Francisco Police Department launched a full investigation into Victoria's death. The cause remains unknown, pending autopsy and toxicology results. Police have stated there's no evidence of foul play or drug paraphernalia at the scene. Detectives are reviewing hotel security footage and interviewing staff and guests to reconstruct her final hours. Her phone records and belongings are being analyzed for clues. The lack of clear evidence makes the medical examiner's report crucial. For now, her family and the public must wait for answers, hoping for closure in the midst of tragedy. Victoria's final year was marked by personal turmoil and legal troubles. In 2025, she was arrested multiple times in California, facing charges from substance possession to domestic violence and elder abuse. These incidents revealed a private battle with addiction and mental health, now painfully public. The pattern of arrests suggested escalating struggles, with each incident more serious than the last. Her family watched as she cycled through crisis, unable to find lasting support or stability. These were not the actions of someone at peace, but signs of a life in distress. Tommy Lee Jones, known for his privacy, rarely spoke about his children. When he did, he expressed pride in Victoria's intelligence and spirit, especially her fluency in Spanish. He saw her as capable and bright, a perception that makes her loss even more poignant. In one story, he recalled firing her from a film set for refusing a 5 a.m. call time, a lesson in discipline, but also a glimpse of her strong will. Their relationship was a mix of affection, pride, and the normal push and pull of parenting a spirited child. Now these memories are bittersweet reminders of a bond cut short. For Tommy Lee Jones, the loss is immeasurable, a future with his daughter, gone. The fragments of their story now serve as cherished, painful reminders. Victoria Jones was more than her struggles. She was a woman of talent, intellect, and resilience. Her childhood roles showed natural confidence and presence, especially acting alongside her father. She shared a creative bond with her family, but also forged her own path, mastering Spanish and exploring the world. Her curiosity and discipline set her apart, hinting at a depth beyond her public persona. Victoria's strong will and independence were evident, even in stories of teenage rebellion. Those who knew her saw immense potential and a unique spirit. Her loss is felt not just for what was, but for what could have been. Victoria's story is a reminder of the complexity and fragility of life. Victoria Jones's death at 34 leaves a story unfinished, marked by both promise and pain. Her legacy is complex, a tapestry of talent, curiosity, and struggle. She showed that fame offers no immunity from personal battles. Her achievements as an actress and linguist are a testament to her abilities and drive. For her family, the loss is deeply personal and public, a grief compounded by the spotlight. They mourn a future without her laughter, her presence, and her potential. Victoria's journey is a human tragedy, a life of promise derailed by struggles we may never fully understand. As we remember her, we are reminded to approach every story with compassion and to cherish the light each person brings, however briefly.